bless America.
Woo!
Sea Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, Bolivia,
Woo!
Perú, Ecuador, Brasil, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Panamá, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, México, Cuba, República Dominicana, Jamaica, Haití, las Antillas, United States, Canadá, and my motherland, mi patria, Puerto Rico.
Woo! That's unity right there. That's unity. Turning Point USA. Get that. Get that. That's unity right there. That's absolutely unity right there. Love that. Love that. Let's get it.
Ahora sí. De cuando te tuve, debí darte más besos y abrazos.
Because my man's right here, he did the All-American show. I love what he did, and I don't know if he knew that that's what Turning Point USA decided to do. I'm not sure. Welcome back to Culture of Excellence. And guys, today I had to speak about the halftime. My man's Bad Bunny out here just murdering the game. Now listen, I didn't understand one word he said, but one thing I do understand is what he spoke about after he said, God bless America. See, a lot of people say, God bless America, right? And this brings me actually to the point, because this wasn't the only halftime show. There was an all-American halftime show, thanks to Turning Point USA. And rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Ever since Charlie Kirk has been assassinated, I mean, that company hasn't been the same. But they decided, because my mans don't speak English, none of his songs are English, so this entire performance was going to be Espanol, right? So these guys wanted to make an all-American one, right? And they got Kid Rock in there. You know, the same guy who said statutory is mandatory, you know?
Young ladies, I like them underage. See, some say that's statutory, but I say it's mandatory.
Sickening, all right? But anyways, I wanted to speak about both of them, actually, because I didn't watch the All-American one. But just because they made a second one, just because they didn't want this man to come in here and speak Spanish, they wanted to make it American, right? But the brilliance of Bad Bunny is this. I don't know if he knew that they were planning to do that, right? To make an all-American and tell people to shut off the real halftime show, right? Just because he speaks Spanish, you know, and you know, with the whole ICE situation now, every Hispanic you see out there, he's gotta be. I think the Orange Man was even trying to deport him. I don't know where he's gonna deport him. He's Puerto Rican. He's American, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? But anyways, you know, these people ain't the brightest, okay? They're not the brightest bulb on the Christmas tree. And I understand if you're a far righty and this is how you feel, listen, man, I'm not trying to offend you, okay? I'm just trying to explain something over here. Now, I don't know if Bad Bunny knew that that's what they were trying to do, but this play that he did in this halftime was absolutely amazing. He started with God Bless America, right? So everybody would think he's talking about the United States of America, because that's what we say, right? God bless America. We're talking about our country, right? That we dearly love, and we should love. You know, we should not be sabotaging our country. No, we should always be proud of our country. That's for certain. So, but the beauty about it is, when he said God bless America, he was talking about the entire Americas, North America and South America. And the reason I know he was talking about everybody is because he mentioned every single country within, I don't know if North America and America, is that one continent or two continents? I'm not sure.
God bless America.
He was mentioning every single country in the entire Americas, from the very bottom all the way to the very top. And then at the very end, together we are America. That's unity right there. That's pushing unity right there. Unity between this entire continent. I love what Bad Bunny did here. Now, I don't know if he knew about the All-American halftime show, right? But this was absolutely brilliant. I love what he did here. The unity that he presented here. He started with God Bless America. Now, you know, us Americans from the United States, we think of the United States when we say God Bless America, right? But my man's, when he said God Bless America, he was talking about the entire continent. And you know how I know he was talking about the entire continent of the Americas? Is because he mentioned every single country within that continent of the Americas. And that was so powerful that he united every single country. I mean, he didn't miss none of them. It's not like he missed the United States. He did add Puerto Rico, which is part of the United States, but he's from Puerto Rico, so of course he's going to add that. But and let me tell you something. His representation of the Latinos, absolutely. What? Yo, it was murderous from the bodega all the way to the fields, everything, the boxing. I mean, his entire halftime show was absolutely incredible. I didn't understand one word, but incredible. Now, you know, my significant other definitely knows every single word because she's Puerto Rican, so she knew even the songs as well. So she was rocking out on a different level than I was, but I was astonished how well he did. But this is key of what I understood right off the rip, and it was beautiful because he kept holding this football within him, right? And then after he mentioned all the countries, and then put out this football, finally revealed it. Together we are America. You heard that, Orange Man? Venezuela is America. Mexico is America. Brazil is America. Argentina is America. Bolivia is America. Peru is America. Honduras is America. Guatemala is America. The Dominican Republic is America. Cuba is America. Canada is America. The United States is America. And my mans came over here with unity, while the Turning Point USA decided to do their own halftime show. How corny is that? You out here trying to tell people to shut off the halftime, so they're shut off this guy because he's speaking Spanish. You just mad because he's speaking Spanish. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Who is booking him, right? Like, who's booking him? Jay-Z? The guy who got caught with the Jeffrey Epstein files? I don't know about Jay-Z. I guess whoever makes decisions on this level has to be in those files, you know? Have to do something to sell your soul to be able to get that type of decision-making power, you know? But nevertheless, we forget about that. But what I'm saying is I love what my mans did. You know, and this was so incredible. This part, I didn't have to speak English to understand what he was doing. You know, and man, shout out to Bad Bunny for holding it down like this. I was really shocked. Because I've heard his songs and stuff, and, you know, has auto-tune and all these things on. And some of them sound really, really nice. And I know he's a producer, so he makes his own beats too. So, and he has collaborations as well. But I don't understand his music because I don't speak Spanish, you know. So I didn't understand one word, but his performance was flawless. His performance was so incredible. When he got up on those foam poles, I was afraid for him. I mean, like, he was out there reckless. Listen, everybody else was tied up, but he wasn't tied up. He was just out there just, you know, and dancing on top of that. And he ain't had much space up there, so yeah, be careful out there. But he killed it, man. He killed that halftime show. But this is one of the most important things that I wanted to touch base with is the unity. It's the unity that he showed. And I never even thought about it that way. You know, God bless America, talking about the entire Americas. Never thought about it that way. They have programmed me in the United States to think when I hear God bless America, they talking about the United States, and that's it. That's what I've been taught. So, wow. Yeah, I mean, this was amazing, man. His finish was next level. and him walking with everybody and just all the flags behind. I mean, whew, you have to give it up to him, because Bad Bunny came with the unity, while Turning Point USA decided to do the opposite. Separate. We're going to do an all-American. And that's the beauty about it, because they call it all-American, and it wasn't all-American. It was just United States American, right? That's what they should have called it, because my man's right here, he did the all-American show. He did. And I understand it's all in Spanish, but that's his native tongue. But the way he showed unity of the continent, it's a different level. It's a different level, and I just love it. I love what he did, and I don't know if he knew that that's what Turning Point USA decided to do. I'm not sure. But he came out, and he probably knew. He must have known, because, I mean, maybe he didn't. But it seemed like he knew, you know, the way he just, he destroyed them. You know, this is kind of like Kendrick versus Drake, where Kendrick came with Not Like Us, and then it was over with. When he came out with this finishing move right here, it was over with for Turning Point USA. I mean, you guys look stupid now, you know, and especially having Kid Rock. Freaking guy says something about statutory. It's okay. It's mandatory. I mean, this guy is just, I don't know what's wrong with him, but it's as soon as I heard that, I'm just like, oh, this dude is a cornball. And then I heard I heard an interview with Joe Rogan or something, and he said something crazy. He sounded like a Zionist. So I know for a fact that he's a clown. So, but anyways, forget Kid Rock. Forget the all-American, the United States only halftime show. My man's right here, Bad Bunny. Shout out to him, because this man came with the unity, and he represented so freaking hard. So shout out to Bad Bunny, man. And I just wanted to speak my piece about the halftime show. So, guys, I gave you my thoughts. You give me your thoughts on the comments down below. Don't you dare forget to like, subscribe, and share, and tell everybody about Culture of Excellence. I see you guys on the next one. Y'all be safe.